Hey guys, I'm Jack. Welcome back to my channel. In the last video, I shared the income from one of my 30+ YouTube channels. So today I want to show you how I use AI automatically to operate all of these YouTube channels and share with you the key strategies, workflows, and concepts for managing YouTube channels with AI and N8N. At the end of this tutorial, I will also share my real-life experience and examples. If you are interested in learning automations workflows and want to manage YouTube channels with using simple automation, make sure to subscribe my channel. Right now, I manage over 30+ YouTube channels. That might sound stressful, but with automation tools like N8N, combined with the power of AI, I'm able to manage all of them efficiently. So in this video, I'm going to share 4 essential tips that will help you improve efficiency and achieve monetization through YouTube. So tip number 1, set up and manage multiple YouTube channels. My channels are fully automated, from script writing and AI voiceovers to video production and uploading. Everything is handled by N8N. We can produce a video in like 3 minutes, which is much faster than most of the creators. That is our weapon. So since we can make videos quickly, we should take advantage of that. The more channels you manage, the higher your chances are that at least one or several of them will succeed and start making money. And because we're able to manage so many channels, we can create content in different directions and various types. For example, I have a channel for anime style fanfiction, which I shared in the last video, and another for horror stories, which I will cover in the next video. And you will notice that my channels aren't all in the same category, which allows me to do more and cover a wider range. So right now, I'm going to show you how to create multiple channels using a single Google account and how to integrate them into your N8N workflow. So right now, I'm going to show you guys how to create multiple YouTube channels with one single Google account. So when we go to YouTube, you scroll down to go to settings, click settings, and then you will see we have a add or manage your channels. We click here. And now you see I have 2 channels, right? So I'm going to create one more. So we click create a channel. And here we click verify. So you will have to verify your channels by doing one of these 3 things. And once it is verified, and you come back here to click create a new channel, you'll be able to create the channels in here. So let's say if I say N8N testing 1, 2, 3, and I hit create channel. Then I will have my channels created. So now I'm going to show you how to integrate them into your N8N workflow. So now we go to N8N and then go to one of your workflows. For example, if I go to this horror story generator, which is the one that we're going to show you in the next video. So we only have to go to 2 nodes only. So the first one is create YouTube project. Open it. And then in here, you will see a Google OAuth2 API. You should have your Google API key in here. And then we click this update credential. In here, we click sign in with Google. So in here, you have to choose your account. So just pick the Gmail account that you're using. And then in here, you will see there are multiple channels. So here is where you pick the YouTube channels and then select the one that you want to do. And then we will upload the YouTube videos to that one. So in here, we click continue and then continue. So now we say connection successful, which means we're good to go. And now let's go back to our workflow. And then actually for this upload to YouTube node, if we check the Google OAuth2 API key, in here we should have the account connect as well, because these 2 nodes are linked to the same API key and the same Google account. But just in case, we're going to sign in with Google again and then repeat the whole process. So this is how we create multiple channels and then integrate it in N8N workflow. So now back to our tip number 2, maintain content consistency. So whether it is the topic, video length, style, or subtitle format, everything should remain consistent. Consistency builds audience trust and sets expectations, which is crucial for growing a channel. This consistency also makes it easier for YouTube's algorithm to recommend your videos. So now let me first explain the N8N workflow I create Many of you may have seen the anime fanfiction video generator that I introduced in the last episode. So that's a great example to explain how our workflow works. So first of all, I've already pre-packaged all the tools and nodes that you need in our workflow. So when you download and use my workflow, you just need to go to the very first node and set your video topics in there. For example, in the anime fanfiction workflow, you just input the anime fanfictions in there that you want to base your content on, let's say Naruto or Dragon Ball. Then the following nodes will generate a video for you based on Naruto or Dragon Balls. So first, DeepSeek will create an original story based on your input, which becomes the video script. For example, when we do Naruto, DeepSeek will generate the script based on the characters in Naruto. And then the script goes to Amazon Prodi to generate the voiceover. And meanwhile, we should have already scraped the visual materials for the video. So in here, you should have the visual materials of Naruto. It can be photos or videos from Twitter or Instagram. And at this point, N8N will randomly select the clips and combine them with the AI voiceover. So this part is what we call the video editing. In here, we will use my custom video editing tool to combine the audio and visuals together and then turn it into a complete video and then upload it to YouTube. So that is the overall concept of our workflow. And in here, let me share the news to you all. So starting from this video, we'll be launching a new pricing plan on Patreon. So we're going to have two different tiers. The first one is a premium membership. You will have the access to our N8N backend files, which is our video editor. And you will also have the access to all of my N8N workflows, including the anime fanfiction generator that we talked about in the last video. And also there will be a horror story generator that we will cover in the next video. And since I will keep introducing new workflows, so we'll have the regular backend files updates. And last but not least, you will have the Discord community access. You can come to our Discord channel and talk to us, or if you have any questions, you can ask me in there. I'm happy to help you to fix any N8N workflows or any problems that you have. And now it comes to the second tier, which is Elite Coaching tier. So in this tier, it covers all the premium membership benefits. And also, I will be offering a weekly 30 minutes one-on-one coaching session. So in this session, you can ask me anything that you want to know about N8N. And if you want to personalize your workflows that I haven't covered in our tutorials, you can ask me in there. I'll be able to help you in the coaching session. The last one is the priority support on backend issues. So basically, if you have any questions, I would be there to help you to fix it ASAP. So these are the two tiers that we're having right now on Patreon. And if you are going to do an annual subscription, you'll get a 10% off discount. So if you want to use our workflows and our backend server, which is the video editor, come and join us and I'll see you in our Discord channel. So now back to our tutorials. For the tip number 3, we're going to identify and analyze the successful channels. So once you have chosen a niche, you should find channels to model after. I recommend looking at channels with 10k to 50k subscribers and the videos that get at least 10 views on average. So these type of channels usually don't have overly polished content, which makes them easier to imitate using N8N automation. So you can analyze their content using these 4 key points. The first one is topic selection, second is thumbnail design, third is video length, and then content structure. In the next video, I'm going to share a workflow to do the horror story generator. So now let's do some analysis on these kind of channels. I found one channel which is doing very good. So it's called J Nightmares. You can check out his channels. So for the topic selection, he focused on horror story. But he's not just only focused on horror story, he only do the Japanese horror stories, which is a very specific niche that helps with algorithmic promotion. So if you are going to do the horror story channels, you might want to do something like this, like American horror story or Chinese horror stories. You don't want to do a very broad topics because, for example, if you only do a horror story and you don't have a niche topic, people won't be able to find your channels or find your videos. Because in this horror story market, I can tell you there are like more than 1,000 channels that they're doing these kind of horror stories. So you have to make your way to make yourself stand out. And then for the thumbnails, you can tell by his thumbnails. In his videos, he always uses ghostly female characters with the video titles. So this kind of approach can convey a spooky theme, and the audience can tell the theme by the thumbnails easily. And when it comes to the video length, you can see most of his videos are like 40 to 60 minutes long. And this is what the horror story channels usually do, because the horror fans, they prefer long form content because they just want to listen to it. And then for the content, if you got a chance, you can go check out his videos. In his videos, they're mainly black screens or with static images and almost no editing required, so which make it ideal for automation with N8N. And in the next episode, I'll show you how to create videos like this or even make it better versions using N8N. So to summarize, if you want to do horror story channels, you want to have a niche topic, and then in your thumbnails, you would want to do something like he did to promote a spooky theme that the audience would know what your videos are about. And then for the video length, probably you would want to do 40 to 60 minutes. And then for the content part, I'll teach you in my next tutorial. And now we're going to analyze another channel, which is called fanfiction audiobook. So this is another style we mentioned in the last episode. He's doing the fanfiction audiobook, which is similar to what we did. And then for the thumbnail designs, he used high quality fan art, which can be scraped from Twitter or Instagram. But make sure you get the permission before you do the scraping. And then for the video length, like I said, people who watch these kind of audiobook, they always prefer a long form content. In this channel, he's doing 1 to 2 hours long. And finally, for the content structure, he combines original plots with popular characters like Iron Man, Batman, and narrate with AI voice. But if you go check out his videos, those videos don't look as good as ours in terms of the visual quality. Most of his videos or content are just mainly black screens, or with his logo spinning, which is not related to his content. But comparing to what we did, we are going to put that anime fight scenes in there, and with my video editor, those fight scenes are scrolling and makes it look like a real animation. So I'm pretty sure we have a better quality than he did. So again, if you want to do these kind of anime fanfiction, you can go check out our last episode. And if you want to use my workflows, you're welcome to join my Patreon. And now let's go to the final tip, which is adjust your mindset. So this is the most important thing that you need to do. So you need to be patient and you need to have the ability to make the decisive moves. So I'm now being honest with you, not every channel will succeed. When you run your YouTube channels, if one of your channels perform poorly, you have to shut it down and redirect your efforts to a promising one. So let me give you a personal example. So when I first started the anime fanfiction, I created 10 channels to do this topic. And after 1 month, I shut down 8 of them and kept 2 only, because those 8 channels are not doing good. So I'd rather save my resources and think of another way or another topic to do rather than keeping these poor channels. And for those 2 channels that I kept, one of those bring me around 1k USD per month. And I repeat this whole process to another topics as well. So this is how I run 30 plus YouTube channels with actual earnings. So here's the takeaway. The data doesn't lie. If a channel performs poorly in the first month, it is very unlikely to turn around in 6 months later. Because remember, we're using AI to manage and run the channels. And we're not going to change the topics, content, and the other stuff. So if a channel performs poorly in the first month, it can be due to several reasons, like the topic that you are doing is not good enough, the visual materials that you are choosing is not good, or the thumbnails is not attracting, or most commonly, you are just unlucky. So rather than wasting time on these, it's better to re-evaluate which topics are worth exploring. So let me give you one more tip. For example, if you are doing anime fanfiction, I would suggest you to run 10 YouTube channels, and then for each of them, like I said, you want to do a niche topic. So one of it is about Naruto, and then the second one is about Dragon Ball, and then the third one is about Marvels, or maybe you can even just do Spider-Man, Iron Man, and so on. But for the last one, you might want to do a compilation like the one that I just shown you. You can combine all the topics together in one channel. So in this way, you can test out different topics. And also when you're running in your first month, you have to always check the data. So in YouTube Analytics, it will show you when your viewers are on YouTube, what device they're using, whether they want to turn on the subtitles or not. So you make sure you use this data wisely to tune your channel. And let me give you one more final tip. So this is just based on my experience. When I first started YouTube channels, usually my videos only got 1 to 2 views or even 0 views in the first 2 days. That is really fine because it takes some time for YouTube to promote your channels and your videos. But when it comes to the first month, you will have to review your channels. So if one of your videos got more than 1k in the first 2 weeks, that means your YouTube channel is doing great and it is healthy. You should keep running this channel. But if your videos got mostly hundreds or even lower than 100 views, then you should probably just shut down your channel and do some other topics. And by keep repeating this practice, you should be able to have some good YouTube channels, and at the end you can start monetizing. So these are the tips that how I use AI to operate all my channels and achieve monetization through YouTube. And remember, all these tips, strategies are all for managing YouTube channels with AI and automations. They don't apply to other channels. You just have to make sure that we are using AI and automation to run our channels. So that's it for today. If you want to learn more about AI automations or even use my workflows and my video generators, you're welcome to subscribe my Patreon, and I'll see you in my Discord channel. And for my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me in my Discord channel. So in the next tutorial, I will show you guys how to do a horror story generator. So stay tuned and goodbye.